Welcome back, guys. Tonight we're working on a Honda Pilot 2003. We're going to do the front brakes. So as always, we're just going to go ahead and jack up the vehicle, chalk the rear wheels, take out the tire. It's going to be a 19 millimeter on these lug nuts. Got the vehicle jacked up. Let's go ahead and take these lug nuts off. These are 19 millimeter. Time to give her a good old kick. For today's job, we're going to need a hammer. We got an impact screwdriver right here. Those are for the screws on the rotors holding them on. We got 3/8 ratchet. I got a 12 millimeter and a 17 millimeter, and then flathead, so we can go ahead and press back that piston just a little bit before we start taking it apart. Before I really start tearing it apart, first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take the impact screwdriver. We're going to break these free. Alright, our screws are broke free on the rotor. So the first thing we're going to do is take off our top caliper slider bolt. Again, that's 12 millimeter. Not sure I keep saying that weird. And here's our second one, 12. Let's go ahead and do that. Set those aside. Let's give this a little press on the piston. Make it easy to take off. There we go. Again, I like to use this S hook. Put it in here. And these ones I like to attach it up to the bottom of the strut. Right, we just got our caliper off here. Next thing we'll do is remove the old pads, and then we'll take off the caliper bracket. In the last video I said I like to have the outside pad, then the inside pad, just keep them like that so we know where they go for the installation. Alright, just got our pads out. Next, take off this caliper bracket. This is going to be 17 millimeter. You got your top bolt, you got your bottom bolt. Let's get those out. Bracket is off. Now we got our caliper bracket off. It's time to exchange the rotor. We already cracked these loose, so let's just take these screws all the way out. Not every vehicle has this, but Honda is most Honda models have that. So see if our rotor just falls right off. Now we got the old rotor off. We want to do a little brake clean on there. Clean up this surface so that new rotor has a smooth surface to be installed on. If there's a lot of brake dust, I also check the dust cover. So that's probably pretty loud. Clean the hardware up just a little bit so that doesn't go on our new pads. Next, we're going to go ahead and press our piston back in. We're going to check out this tool today. In my experience, you don't want to go too fast on this. It can make the fluid go back up and kind of go out of the reservoir, so just take your time. Reach all the way in there, so we're good. This is what it will look like when your piston is pressed all the way in. I also like to clean up the caliper, get the ears. Just got our piston pressed back in. We're going to go ahead and take our brake grease and put on that ring. Also the ears. Perfect. Alright, our next step will be to clean up our caliper bracket with our new hardware. Grease the pins, and I like to make sure that my new pads kind of match them up. Make sure they're the same size before you start. Alright, let's start cleaning this up. I have new hardware. Just take a flathead if you need. Pull off the old hardware. Set that aside. Let's clean this up real quick. Probably put some filter or mask on. Not the best to be inhaling this stuff. I do like to clean this inside. Got it scrubbed down. Let's go ahead and clean and lube the pins. As I said, just pull this garment back. Make sure it's not ripped. Water can definitely cause a problem. It gets in there, or dust. I like to do these one at a time because one has like a sensor on there that reads in there, so perfect. Let's put the new hardware in. Okay, we just got done greasing the pins, slider pins. Our hardware, pretty simple. Sure it's all pressed in. You can see this one's not flat, so let's see what's going on. Another tip, make sure it's flush on here, pushed all the way down. You don't want that dragging on your rotor. Other side. After that, put your grease on them. What I like to do is go ahead and take my new rotor, put it on the old one. Make sure it's the same size. It's flush, so we're good to go. Before installation, you do need to spray and clean the rotor on the braking surface. You do need to clean the back side as well. Install your new rotor. I do like to take a lug nut, put it on the bottom side. It holds it in place. When you put this rotor on, you need to make sure that these holes line up with the holes in the knuckle to put those screws back in. All right, first step, let's put the screws back in here. Okay, now that we have our new rotor installed, let's go ahead and put our caliper bracket back on. And I do like to use some thread locker on these bolts. Lining that back one up, a couple hand threads on there. Thread lock the second one. That's all it. Just use your hand tools to get these snugged up. Don't use the power tools. Once these are hand snug, you're going to torque these to 80 foot-pounds. Alright, we got our caliper bracket reinstalled, about to put our pads in. Again, I like to lay my inside pad here, my outside pad on the outside, and then I line up the new pads. You can see there's a wear indicator on the top. It's on the top. There's no wear indicator on the outside, and none on that one. We're good to go. Okay, time to install the new pads. I did go ahead and take some pre-grease. I got the top and the bottom of the ears already. Let's install it. Want it to be nice and flush on the rotor. Let's take our outside one, again, grease those ears up. Looks like I missed one. Perfect. Put them together. Okay, our new pads have been installed. We're ready to put our caliper back on. Take your S-hook off. Make sure the hose is straight, it's not bent or twisted around. Then push the slider pins in just a little bit to clear them, like that. Again, I put a little thread lock on these as well. Try to make sure you see what I'm doing here. A couple of threads, the bottom one. Get these hand tight. You're going to torque these to 27 foot-pounds. Okay, slider pins are hand tight. Let's torque them to 27 foot-pounds. Take that lug nut off real quick before you try to reinstall your tire. Make it easier. Okay, new rotor's on. We got everything snugged up and torqued. Let's put the tire on. All right, just got everything torqued up. Let's put this tire on. Hand thread these. Go ahead and lower this. We're going to torque these to 80 foot-pounds. Now the tire is reinstalled. I lowered the jack. It's touching the ground. Let's torque these to 80 foot-pounds. We'll start direction. Go around just to make sure everything's good. Awesome. That's it. Job's done. If you have any questions, Leave me something in the comments. I'll make sure to get back with you. As always, like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, guys.